Welcome back. Our conversations continue here at Davos 2026. Joining me now is somebody who gave us a headline here in Davos, promised to get a deal done and followed through on it. Parth Jindal, many thanks for joining us here. You did say that you will give it all that you have to get AkzoNobel, and that deal has finally been done in 2025. So congratulations once again on that. What's the headline that you're going to leave me with this time around?
No, I think last year, it was a very important deal, and actually from Davos, I had gone to Amsterdam to meet with Greg, who's the global CEO of AkzoNobel, and introduced myself. And I'm very happy that we could conclude that deal. It actually just closed in December.
Yeah.
And now we are the fourth largest player in the paint space in India, with a very clear mandate to come into the top 3 and then the top 2. So it's very exciting. Yeah, but a lot going on at the group. So
yes, there is plenty going on at the group. But since we started by talking about paints, let's double down on the paints business. And you said that the aspiration is to break into top 3 and then eventually top 2, and perhaps I don't know. You didn't even talk about number 1. But but what could be the next milestone as part of this plan? A merger, maybe 2 or 3 years on?
yeah, absolutely. I think today JSW Paints is a private entity, and that is the acquiring entity that acquired a majority stake in AkzoNobel. So the first step will be to unlock all the synergies between the two companies. Obviously, both companies have a decorative business where AkzoNobel, we own the Dulux brand in India, which is extremely powerful and strong. And then there's the JSW Paints brand, which we have developed over the last 5 years. Dulux is very strong in the premium and luxury segment of the market, and JSW is very strong in the mass segment of the market. So we want to unlock those synergies, go-to-market strategy, synergies on the procurement side, on the logistics side. And then on the industrial coatings business, together the JSW and Akzo franchise, we become number 2 in the country, with a very strong presence across coil coating, vehicle refinish, marine protective coatings. And there we have a very clear plan to become number 1, because 70% of industrial coatings is applied on steel. And given that we are the largest steel producers in India, we have a right to win in that space. So I think the first step is really to unlock the synergies. And I think in 2 to 3 years' time, we would like to merge JSW Paints into the listed entity. And then, yeah, hopefully by then we will be in the top 3, and then we can aim for bigger things.
Well, what are going to be some of the levers that you intend to exercise to be able to break into the top 3? And also from an integration point of view, what will be the next sort of steps on that front?
Yeah, so if you look at the business today, by the end of fiscal 26, JSW Paints and AkzoNobel combined, we would be a 7,000 crore business, with the decorative business being about 3,800 crores and the industrial business being about 3,200 crores. Now, the next step for us is obviously to double down on the industrial business as well as on the decorative business. So on the decorative business, if you look at it, AkzoNobel has about 20,000 retailers across India that sell Dulux, and JSW Paints has about 9,000. And there's very little overlap between the two. So the first step would be to offer JSW products to the AkzoNobel dealers and to offer Dulux products to the JSW dealers. With that, we think we can increase our counter share across each of these 29,000 counters, while also adding new counters. With this, we think we can significantly increase our market share, which combined is about 7%. Next year, we would be targeting to at least get to 10% in the decorative side of it. The back-end synergies are very powerful, because today AkzoNobel services some of their southern Indian markets from their plants in the west. JSW services the entire country from one plant in the south. But now with the combined footprint of 6 manufacturing locations, the logistics cost can come down significantly. The go-down cost, the last mile cost will be shared between the two companies, giving us a lot of synergies. So with that, we expect margins to improve, and that money that we can unlock is what we could actually pump back into advertising and sales promotion, because Dulux has been underinvested for a very long time. On top of that, the 2.9% royalty that AkzoNobel India was paying to the AkzoNobel Global for the decorative business goes away.
Right.
That again gives us more ammunition to spend more on branding and advertising.
Well, on the cement side of the business as well, and you did see that listing go through also in 2025. Demand, has it started to pick up at this point in time?
Yeah, so demand was extremely slow till November. The industry was seeing very very low single digit growth, about 3 to 4% till November end. But December has seen a real uptick in demand. We saw first time demand coming back to around 8-9% year on year growth, and January continues to be extremely strong. So I think it was more weather related because of the prolonged monsoon, because of some parts of the country having significant heat waves and now significant cold waves. I think demand took a hit, but now it looks like demand has come back. And with that, I hope that the industry gets back some pricing power, because prices have seriously eroded since the GST reduction. When the Prime Minister announced a reduction from 28% to 18%. The prices have actually corrected much more than 10%. It's actually gone down nearly 17%. So we hope that the prices recover. And normally the construction season is from December to June, which is normally when the demand is very strong, and hopefully that shows up in the numbers as well.
Well, there's been a fair amount of consolidation in the cement space as well. There are many players that are still up for grabs or in the market on the block. Is that an area that you're going to be looking at?
Cement is I think we are a relatively small player in cement. We have a very ambitious organic roadmap to go from 20 million tons to 40 million tons and then to 60 million tons. Our first greenfield expansion in the north of India, in Rajasthan, will be commissioning in this quarter. With that, we would become a pan-India cement player. And then we want to continue on the organic journey, because the competition is fierce. They have very, very strong balance sheets there. And I don't think they're going to let any of the good assets go to a player like JSW. And they would be, fighting amongst each other for those kind of assets. Amongst the assets that are available, there are very few that have scale or are in a good market. The assets which are available are not of interest really to us. And even if they were, I think we would not be able to compete with the larger players.
So given the fact that you're dealing with large players, also with large players who have large balance sheets, what's then the plan for growth as far as the cement business is concerned? Your shareholders would also be interested to know, because the stock is down 20% from its listing price.
Yeah, I think for us, the synergies with the rest of the group give us a very significant cost advantage. So the waste product that comes out of the steel making process, slag, is our basic raw material. The fly ash that comes out of all the power plants is also our basic raw material. We leverage the JSW infrastructure, port and transport facilities to lower our logistics costs. And with that, we're in the top quartile on the cost side. And obviously the JSW brand is very well known. It's even getting more well known every day. And with the JSW car, I think the brand will absolutely go to the next level. And I think that results in a superior price as well in the market. And we would be able to compete very closely with Ultratech or Ambuja or some of the larger brands in cement. And that's how we've been able to grow this business. So I think for us, the focus is very clear, build capacity at lower than replacement cost, go to good geographies. If you look at our footprint, we've primarily been in the south and in the west. South has always been oversupplied. Now we're going to the more lucrative markets of the north and then to central. With that, hopefully our EBITDA per ton would be one of the best, if not the best in the industry. That's the aim.
So what's the next milestone as far as the cement business is concerned?
So commissioning Rajasthan, with that we would get to 25 million tons. We are also expanding our footprint in the UAE. We're adding a third clinker line as well as a grinding unit there. We have also starting the work for the central India operations in Madhya Pradesh. So the plan is by FY29 to get to 40 million tons. So that would be the big milestone for the company, and then grow from there.
Well, let's talk about the car, which you just brought up. So 2026, is that going to be the year that we see the JSW car roll out?
Yeah, absolutely. I can confirm that the JSW car will be launching this calendar year. We are aiming to launch it just before Diwali to catch the festive season. The factory construction in Shambhaji Nagar is well underway. It's a large investment, 14,000 crore investment. Actually, the MOU for which was signed last year by my father, our chairman, with the Honorable Chief Minister of Maharashtra. And yeah, the project is completely on track. And the first car is already identified, designed for India. Localization works are underway. And by hopefully by August, the production will begin. And by September, we should be available in the country.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about this and give me a glimpse of what this car is going to look like. Localization you spoke about. So how much of this car is actually going to be assembled here in India as opposed to made in India?
Yeah, actually, so the like I said, the factory is under construction. The main part of the factory, which is the paint shop and the general assembly line, the general assembly line will be ready by the month of June and the paint shop will be ready by the month of October. So in the initial period, we will be bringing the parts from the home rooms and be assembling it in
home rooms being where?
In China. And it's a global Chinese company, and we will be bringing the parts from there and assembling the car in Shambhaji Nagar and delivering it. From the month of October onwards, the car will be 80% localized, other than the cell, for which none of the Indian auto companies today have the technology. Everything else, from the battery pack to the steel for the BIW parts, the motor, the seats, the glass, the tires, everything else will be localized. So from October onwards, we'll have an 80% local car, and we are in advanced discussions even now to get the cell technology so that we could localize the cell as well. Our idea is that we would like to be 100% local producer in India with global technology partnerships with companies.
And what's the price point that you're going to play in? And you talked about competition. This is an increasingly competitive space. I mean, you've got the likes of Tesla in India struggling to sell.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if you look at our experience has been very positive. We acquired MG in India last year, and this year the Windsor, which is the first car that the JSW Group brought into the country, is the fastest selling EV in the country. For the last 16 months, we've been breaking record after record. And it shows that EVs in India, for them to work, you need to be at the right price point. If you look at the data, India sells about 4.5 million cars in 2025. Out of the 4.5 million, the maximum amount of cars, more than 3.5 million, was sold sub 15 lakh rupees. So it's very clear that you got to be in the 15 lakh rupee ballpark if you want to achieve scale. So our aim is to play in that 15 to 30 lakh rupee price point.
Okay.
The first car that we're launching is actually a very big muscle car. We want to establish the brand, establish the powertrain, establish the technology, because we're bringing it in a plug-in hybrid format, which we believe is the right intermittent technology for India till charging infrastructure gets developed in the country. So that's going to be at a slightly higher price point to establish the JSW brand. And then the next car we're going to bring in is going to be in the month of January 27, which is going to be in that 15 to 20 lakh rupee price point.
Do you have names for these two already?
So they're global platforms. They're globally available. We've just tweaked the design a little bit for India. But we have to change the name, so there's a lot of discussion going on the naming right now. We will announce that soon. Okay,
so Diwali, that's the first launch from JSW, the car that we will see hitting Indian roads, and 27 will be the second one. But Parth, thank you so much for joining us. We wish you the very best of luck and look forward to seeing more of you and hearing more from you as you get closer to these launches, and of course both on the cements and the paint side of the business. Appreciate your time here in Davos 2026.
Thank you so much.
Well, with that, it is time for us to take a break, but don't go anywhere. Plenty of headlines coming in, as you just heard there from Parth Jindal, taking us through their launch plans for the JSW car, Diwali, and then the second one in 27. There's a lot more coming up. Don't go anywhere. We're back in a minute on CNBC TV 18.